Once part of the West End, Queensgate has actually been called an industrial wasteland. But now a former jail in the neighborhood is becoming a home for small businesses. And the developer says it could be a solution for part of Cincinnati that's long been neglected. Experts tell us they're excited about the project's potential.
What excites me about this development is that it really is signaling the change that's possible.
Change that could eventually mean Queensgate looks something like OTR, they're hoping. Officials at Cincinnati tell us that they're beginning construction soon on more floors of the co-working space, opening room for even more tenants. Tenants who say the affordable space is helping them launch their businesses. And take a look at this. A roundabout in Newport was closed down this afternoon in part after a semi-truck overturned. Nobody was hurt in this. Made a big mess, though, spilling all that junk metal out across the roadway. This is the roundabout leading up to the 4th Street Bridge near Ovation. The exit from Route 8 into Covington and Route 9 remained open. That lane inside the roundabout, of course, was pretty blocked there. A major step forward for veterans potentially poisoned by everything from uranium to cyanide while stationed overseas on a U.S. base.
In a new turn of events, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is expanding access to VA benefits for service members and their survivors who served at the U.S. Air Base K2, Karshi-Khanabad in Uzbekistan.
There was enriched uranium found in the soil, chemical weapons, as well as cyanide found in the shower.
I previously spoke with Shane Learman with Disabled American Veterans, or DAV, in a Homefront report about their push for change after more than 15,000 service members were potentially exposed during their deployment to support military operations in Afghanistan between 2001 and 2005.
There was a report that came out in 2015 from the Department of the Army that said that veterans who served at K2 are 500% more likely to develop cancer.
Originally, those cancers and the health care of the service members were covered by the VA if they were part of the list of cancers associated with burn pits, which are covered under the PACT Act. However, the other illnesses associated with exposure were not covered.
Autoimmune disorders, as well as thyroid conditions, and even blood infections and blood disorders.
The VA now taking steps, though, to change that, now making chronic multi-symptom illness a presumptive condition for K2 veterans. The VA also plans to take steps to acknowledge veterans at K2 were exposed to several contaminants of concern and plan to implement an extra layer of processing claims tied to those who served at the Uzbekistan Air Base.
The VA says any veterans with questions or concerns should enroll in the VA healthcare system to ensure their medical needs can be addressed. In addition, if you are a surviving spouse of a family member stationed at K2, you could also have benefits coming to you. You can also visit va.gov or call 1-800-MY-VA-411. I put all this information, by the way, in this online story at wcpo.com/homefront.